Welcome to EDU World Space.
We're looking at an experiment and we want to identify some things about this. So let's list these out. We need the explanatory variable and the response. We need the treatments and the units in the experiment, the experimental units. We need to check for replication, randomization, and control and blocking. Okay, let's go through each of these and what they are. First of all, the explanatory and response variables. We are looking for a relationship. We think the explanatory variable might affect the response. So here, we think that the color of the paper might affect the test score. So the explanatory is the color of the paper, because it may affect the test score. So that's those. Now, treatments and experimental units. Treatments are the things you are giving to your group. What are you actually doing to them? Well, you're giving them an exam in a particular color paper. So the different colors of paper are the things that vary between the groups. That's for treatment. So the colors are white, blue, red, and yellow. An experimental unit is just it's just the subject of your experiment. The units here are the volunteers. Each volunteer is an experimental unit. Now, replication, randomization, control, and blocking. Replication is repeating the experiment to see if the results hold true for multiple people or multiple attempts. Notice they have quite a few people here. They have 25 in each group. So you're not just looking at an individual and how the color of paper affects their test score. You have 25. That's great because that kind of controls for just personal differences. So the 25 volunteers in each group is evidence of replication. You're not just doing it once, you're doing it 25 times for each color of paper. Randomization, well, we are told they are split up randomly into their groups. So that is randomization. Control. So we want to know if the color of the paper affects the test score. Now, maybe there are other things that might affect the test score. For example, if you give some people the test middle of the day on Tuesday and the others middle of the night on Friday, it may affect their test scores. So you don't want to do that. You want to give them the test at the same day, at the same time, and, as it says, in the same classroom and the same test. So control is keeping all of these things the same so they cannot affect the results. The more things are the same, the more confident you can be that any difference you see is due to the explanatory variable. So the same test is evidence of control here. How do I know there is blocking? So blocking is where you split up your group based on some kind of shared characteristic. So maybe you have different age groups and you're thinking, okay, what if age affects test score? So you split them up based on age into blocks, so maybe a block for 18 to 25, a block for 25 to 35, and so on. And then you perform the experiment in each block. So you can see how the color of paper affects the test score for each block separately. That way the age isn't going to be a problem. We don't have that here, so NA is the answer. We don't have blocking in this experiment. We just have these 4 groups of 25. There aren't any kind of blocks within that.